Let there be peace and love in this world. Welcome to Satsang. How can one see changes? It must be that that doesn't change. Something must be there enough stable, immobile to see changes. So that's always there. The mistake is to believe in the concept of oneself. Because if you ask who sees the changes, you will say I, meaning this person, this body-mind. While you could very much not answer this way. So it's all about not fixing a thought. We have not to suppress thoughts, we have not to fix them. And you don't fix them when you understand not to cherish them. Because whatever changes is unreal by nature, it starts, it has a span of life, it disappears. You cannot rely on it. So to know oneself, it's to know that. Not through a knowledge of the mind. You would fix a thought, a knowledge, through the obviousness of it. If it is not enough clear, if you want to ask something, please do. So just to add, so there is nothing wrong with I. And Ramana even said I. Nothing wrong with I. What gives pain and suffering is the limited concept one imposes on himself. I am born, I'm this body, I'm this one, I'm this and that. So not fixing a label, a concept, it is enough. You are that. Always the same. Always there, whatever happens. Let it be birth, let it be a personal life happening, let it be a death happening. You are that which is aware of it. And that you cannot describe. I see quite a new faces. Don't be shy and don't expect me to say much more. If you want to hear more, you ask me.
Ganga?
Yes. Hi. Ah, wait.
What he meant by...
Sorry, what I mean? Yeah.
I know you said the Ramana said that I don't understand this completely.
No, nobody. But
Yeah, I know.
it just mentioned, it was a way to say there is nothing wrong with I. Because you see, finally this I becomes like the demon. Ah, I am still I. Have you sense of I? Yes, I have a sense of I, so I'm not realized. You understand now? Okay. Probably would have said it a bit more in a wise way, but satisfied. It works. Anything works. Yeah. Ah, Udava. Udava. Tu peux traduire? That's true.
Comment Papaji ou Ramana explique-t-il
How does Papaji or Ramana explain?
comment sommes-nous arrivés comment a été créé le monde.
How the world was created.
You ask them, yeah. Ask them. Any answer is philosophy. More or less good answer or not. It's not important. Because, are you born at all? Yourself, are you born? No. And you ask this question. You ask this question because you believe you are born. If you know that you are not born, you will not ask this question.
Parce que, en fait,
Tu lui as traduit, hein?
parce qu'un enfant m'a posé la question.
Because a child asked me.
Et moi, je lui ai raconté la version des Dogons de l'Afrique, qui se rapproche à celle du Big Bang.
And I told them the story of Dogo, which is like the Big Bang.
Mais comme je travaille sur un projet avec les enfants, j'aimerais
I work on a project with children. I would
pouvoir répondre du côté, enfin, la version des maîtres.
I would like to tell them the version of masters.
The problem is that the masters, they don't believe in the reality of the Big Bang. It is the apparent world. And the masters, they speak only about what's real, or mentioning that everything else, it is not. So it will not work much. Or you can tell there are people called wise, the wise, who speak like this. You can give a rainbow of answers. Yeah.
J'ai une autre question.
I've got another question.
Quelle est la chose la plus importante à faire quand on arrive à Tiro pour la première fois?
What is the most important thing to do when we get to Tiru for the first time?
To bow down at the feet of Ramana. Because you see, we go to Tiru for that. Otherwise, what for? Yeah, you will.
I would like to put on the table that it seems that there is anything left to be put on the table, but could you please check or shake if it's bullshit?
Only that is too much. Because you see, why do you doubt? It's a doubt. Or you have to precise.
Yeah, it's not a doubt at all. It's a sort of. I'm a bit furious and I'm fed up with
Satsang.
no.
It could be. It could be. Nobody dares to tell me, but it can be.
No, I'm fed up with many things seems to happen since I'm here.
Yeah,
And I know that's not it.
yeah.
And since a few days, during the satsang, there's a sort of, I don't know, bliss, state or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah,
And
okay.
with I don't care, and I'm fed up with that.
Mm.
And I don't want to.
But it goes, not that bliss.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, because
Why?
I don't want to go to. I know that's not that, so I just.
No, let it have its span of life and let it disappear. Otherwise, he will come and knock again all the time at your door. You pushed him away, and that's not good.
Okay. That was the yeah. because
It's not it. We agree.
And I don't
But
want
you have-
to spend another
Don't worry.
time in that.
Don't worry. You can also enjoy a little bit in this life. Okay, that's better. Nothing is to be rejected or suppressed. Just don't fix, don't land. That's all. That was all? Hmm. You see, if you don't confuse yourself for what appears, it doesn't matter whatever appears. Huh? It doesn't matter in reality for this body or the person, it may matter, but in reality it doesn't matter. So you cannot try to push away or to transform it. So in that way I say don't fix it or don't land. I was telling Papaji, don't land anywhere. You are that which is there before, during and after.
When you said this, I, because I've been pounding my head for a long, not now, but to find out the meaning of this I that Ramana spoke about.
Yeah.
And then whatever it was, I thought about it was meant self.
Yeah, sure.
So when you said that now it makes it like anybody can say I am the self
Yes.
and continue being an asshole.
Yes, of course, you know that.
So
I love it. What a relief for you. Wonderful! I.
Well,
What?
no, because you keep saying the same. You cannot know it. You cannot feel it. You cannot. So and then when you say it, it seems like you're saying the opposite somehow.
Then what? I didn't hear the last. Yeah, not knowing and then?
Not knowing, not
Yeah,
feeling it,
and then what did you say?
Well, and then it's like when you say the I is like, I don't know, I'm just getting...
It's that! It's that if you don't label it. Yes, we've been labeling it all the time. This is the problem. I was a boy first, and then a human being, and then a seeker, and then a finder, and then a saint. You label all the time. Or a demon, or a nun, whatever. If we don't label. Because you see, this I is always there. You pronounce it or not, it's I. Something is there which sees, which everything. That you are.
Pardon?
That you are. The rest is a movie. With a beginning and with an end.
I'm puzzled about something. So, when I'm in no mind and I think about it, it's a state. Is that correct? Yeah?
You made it a state.
Yeah, because I go in the mind again. Yeah? But when I'm in no mind and I say that I am, then I'm.
Let me
doesn't-
see.
That I am.
But one day you have to say that I am. One day it has to be revealed to yourself, but you don't need to repeat it to make it a concept or to make it a something.
Okay, so just.
You see, once you see the what was it, the rope or the snake? That the rope was never a snake. Once you see that the rope was never a snake,
Yeah.
you don't need to repeat I'm a rope, I'm a rope, I'm a rope. It's done.
Okay, yeah. I do understand, yeah.
Why you say but? Tell me. It's interesting. Why you say but?
Well, mind, no mind, never mind is for me the way, in a way.
Okay. Then. But you were speaking of no mind. No, you should go to never mind.
Can you say that again?
You spoke about mind, no mind, never mind. But you spoke to me about no mind.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. The best would go to never mind once for
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But I have to, yeah, well, that's the way, but at the moment I'm more in no mind than in never mind.
And okay, when you say I am in no mind,
Yeah.
so what knows that?
That I am.
That is never mind.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You know, when I think
No,
mind,
you forgot.
no,
You forgot. You get this?
yes.
Okay. Forget the rest.
will.
Forget. Otherwise, again, you go back to your previous mistakes. You heard?
Yeah, I heard. Thank you.
You see, we have a kind of strong, serious attachment to the path of the seeking, to have been a seeker. But once you allow yourself not to be a seeker anymore, just know the value of it. It's worth to leave your attachment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and the attachment is the past. Yes. You give. There.
Namaste, Ganga. But when you are fed up being a seeker,
Yes.
the last days it came to me that I don't know what to do and I don't know what not to do.
Yeah. That is the fed upness of the seeker. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But the
I
seeker
don't
is
really
there.
know.
Huh?
I don't really know.
I think it's great. It's a great moment. Because at least you saw that all your efforts of before, all what you practiced or what not, doesn't work.
Yes.
And the unknown you don't know, so you don't know what to do. Who told you you have to be a seeker?
And nobody told me, in fact.
So drop this idea I am a seeker. Just now, just to see. Have you to do anything here?
No.
Ah, but then. I think the great master said, you have not to make any effort. You are already that.
But what comes now is ... and then.
And then because the mind comes, you catch, and then time comes. And in time, to be all the time, I don't know how, but like that, what a boring state. Don't catch the mind. Don't go and then. Then you will have no problem. You see, the dream plays itself, appear by itself. Don't worry for that. You just function in it. But it is a movie, it's a dream. What I am is what I am. Mm-hmm.
But who or what is that that can stop listening to the mind? Because the person will always listen to the mind, right?
I don't know. Who?
I'm trying not to listen to the mind, but it's like
I know a method not to listen to the mind. Who is listening to the mind?
I'm listening to the mind.
I started the satsang telling I, okay, this is old answer. You just go, who is listening to the mind? You don't need to give your old answer, your very known answer, which makes you sick and suffer. So, who is listening to the mind? Give me the answer now. You get me or not?
I think I do.
That's troublesome to think. Okay, you can always reply I. Okay? Old answer. I means I am this one, I am this person, I am this body. Okay? You're fed up with that now. Yeah, quite fed up. So, from where this question comes from? If you think you'd give me an answer. Hmm? So at least there. Can you see the habit to reply I, old answers, old knowledge? Do you see the habit? And you see how it completely imprisons you. Because then, as you believed in it, okay, you will be stuck there. But you are not obliged. Now, you put that into question. So, always go from where any question comes from. You're right to ask this question. Because it's true. People then they do, as a person, they want to not to go into the mind. It's not correct, actually. It's not correct. You don't go into your mind when you look somewhere else. Means when you...
Not the person.
Not the person.
Ganga.
Yeah.
I was reading a little book, Brahmana Arunachala,
Yeah.
another place, and it
Yeah.
attracts me a lot that it's written that Ramana, he was radiating the self totally, because there was no person in between,
Mm-hmm.
and that there's also the sense he was totally identified with the self,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes me
But Ramana is known for that. He abides in the self, yeah. Yeah, that's why we go to Tiru. Oh, there was someone who never confused himself for a monkey or a cow
yes.
or a feeling, or he was abiding in the self, yeah.
And
That's why we love him, yeah.
I love this so much, and
Yeah.
it attracts me also. So
But you also abide in the self. Not only Ramana. We all abide in the self. The only so-called difference is that Ramana knew that everything else is a dream. It is a play. That's all. The difference. While some others take the play to be oneself, that is called abiding in the self too. Not to make any differences. I mean, not to give a sense of reality to whatever appears. So that's what Satsang tells for years and years and years. Huh? Maybe it's the first time you were so struck by it? No.
I had it with friends from Assisi or other who are really, or who are the...
But you are also the self.
But then I also want to stop acting as if I'm not in the outer life,
But he was playing his dream in the outer life, Ramana. He was reading his newspaper, he was checking in the kitchen if the carrots were washed. He was not happy because the fork was put there instead of there. He was going around Arunachala, speaking, chatting, looking at the buildings, the ashram, this and that. He was functioning.
But he was giving his life to that. He was not.
But abiding in the self, where the life is not out of the self. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have a wrong concept.
That's why I'm communicating.
Yeah, I think you make a difference between somebody abiding in the self and there is no interest, no life anymore and whatever, and the others who are still interested in the life. It's not like that. The one who abides in the self, he will function according to his past. If he was a sadhu, he'll continue to be a sadhu. If he was a renounced, he continues. If he was a family man, he continues, etc. I mean,
But
doesn't matter.
If he was an asshole, he continues to be an asshole. That
was it. But then, you see, you understand that.
No, at this point, I think I have a little judgment, or
That's what this has to go.
I think that it's not possible to be a total asshole when
We will not go into degrees.
I will give them. I will.
Otherwise, if you do like people, there are 7 or at least 12 levels of enlightenment. This one is too assholes, so it's only the first level. The fifth one is a bit more a saint, is a better enlightened. And the 12, he abides in the self, there is no world at all, he doesn't eat anymore, he doesn't poo, he doesn't do anything. So this, you are going into this erroneous view. It is an erroneous view. Erroneous? Erroneous. A wrong view.
I would be like a police.
Yes.
Maybe that's my job.
So that's your job. Well, why not? But then first realize yourself and then be the police. We will not mind, we know it, it's okay. We will always laugh anyway. But realize yourself before accomplishing totally your full career of policeman. I
said it yesterday. I met one. We made we met a policeman, so I'm.
This much I don't understand, but before I understood very well. So,
I thought I already realized myself. That's.
yeah, I know. Well, I'm happy if you, but you think so, or it is so. No, I would be very happy. I'm always very happy to meet a realized one. But you think so, or it is so? I would like, why not? Tell me. Convince me. Why this thing of policemen came then?
Because I'm still making a point about the.
So who is making that point? Is it the realized one or is it the person?
It's the past, the person.
Ah. Whoa. Okay, it's in the movie. It's in the movie.
There was such a fire to become pure.
I know, we all started like this. We will be a saint, the most beautiful one, and radiant, and we'll do good to the planet, and we will lift up the consciousness, and we will whatnot, better than Saint Francis of Assisi, and so on. I will be eaten away by worms, it doesn't matter. And we all pass through that. We all pass through that. But somehow, from kindergarten, we go to maybe some other understanding. And we are very shocking with satsang because the blow is nothing, it's not this, it's not that. It's still time to run away, but...
I'm coming back. So
You see?
I love it.
Yes. So you are realized or not? Enough cuckoo to be realized. No desire anymore. I'm detached. I will go like that to my goal. Don't look here and there. We know that one. It's not that. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
I am what I am.
Very good. Thank you very much.